She was one of the most beautiful high school homecoming queens of the 1960s. And not only that, most likely the first to become homecoming queen as a junior. As likely as not, the first homecoming queen to be in the first yearbook of the Parrish High School. Hey everybody, I'm Steve Collins, and welcome to this special edition of a Copiah County, Hazlehurst, Mississippi Black History Moment. Since this is Spirit Week and homecoming for the Hazlehurst High School, we thought we'd share this gem of a story. It happened in September of 1963. Delores West, the beautiful daughter of Mr. Roosevelt Buddy West Jr. and Mrs. Leatrice West of Hazlehurst, Mississippi, also a junior at the Parrish High School, became Miss Homecoming of 1963. Now, Delores was the first homecoming queen, or should I say, first Miss Homecoming, to be in the first yearbook of the Parrish High School. Now, prior to 1964, 1963, 62, 61, 60, even 59, even when Parrish was located on Larkin Street back in the days, it may have had a paperback yearbook. Now, I don't know this for sure. Maybe someone can correct me on this. But when Parrish moved to Monticello Street in 1959, it wasn't until 1964 that Parrish produced its first hardback yearbook. And in that book, it says, Miss Homecoming 1963, Delores West. Now, if you haven't heard anything about this story, or maybe you've forgotten about some of its details, don't worry. We got you covered, because we've been doing some digging. Some Copiah County, Hazlehurst, Mississippi Black History digging. So let's go back in time and jump into it. Now, during her junior year at the Parrish High School, Delores West became Miss Homecoming of 1963. Now, I don't know the qualifications of becoming a homecoming queen today in 2024, but back in the 1970s and throughout the 1990s, the homecoming queen was elected by the student body.
Personality and attitude that it takes for Mrs. Homecoming. But asking myself, I truly believe that I possess the qualities of being a queen. And if I'm chosen, I will do my very best to be one of the greatest homecoming queens Hazlehurst High School has ever had. I feel that Miss Homecoming, as well as Miss HHS, should be highly respected person that can be looked up to at all times, not just during the voting time. So when you cast your vote, vote for me, a person that's friendly at all times, not just during the voting time.
But in Delores' case, back in 1963, and most likely this included the 10th, 11th, and 12th grades, whoever raised the most money would become Miss Homecoming of 1963. Now again, I don't know this for sure, and maybe someone can correct me on this, but it was whoever raised the most money would become Miss Homecoming of 1963. And if you really think about it, Delores was only a junior, not a senior. Whoever raised the most money would become Miss Homecoming of 1963. Now, I'm sure there was some other details and instruction within that than just, other than just raising money. But the bottom line is this: whoever raised the most money would become Miss Homecoming of 1963. Yeah. And monies raised helped cover expenses for the parade, floats, decorations, or what have you, and even the coronation ball. The coronation ceremonies took place on the eve of homecoming in the Parrish High School gym auditorium, with Principal A.J. Dillon doing the honors. Delores, as beautiful as she was, had on an elegant white gown, draped over with a gold sash. Around her neck, she wore a double-strand pearl necklace that represented purity, innocence, strength, and empowerment of a woman. And her diamond butterfly-shaped tiara was just as astonishing as Miss Homecoming herself, as she held an exquisite bouquet of flowers. Notice her crown bearer, with her eyes closed, dreaming of the day that she too will become Miss Homecoming. The lowest escort for the evening was Mr. Calvin Buffkin, also a junior at Parrish High School. Calvin is the son of Mr. E.J. Monk Buffkin and Miss Carrie Mae Buffkin of Hazlehurst. To complement her elegant white dress attire, black was the perfect suit color for Calvin. It expressed style, success, and authority. The royal court honored Miss Homecoming with a dance dramatization along with other special ceremonial events, followed by the royal court photo. The evening ended with the coronation ball, as everyone danced the night away. The homecoming parade was just as astonishing as the coronation ceremonies, but on a grander scale, as Miss Homecoming, Delores West, along with her attendants, made their way through downtown Hazlehurst, sitting on beautifully designed floats with such regal dignity. Totally unheard of, especially for blacks in the 1960s, when civil rights were at the forefront, and Medgar Evers being assassinated only 4 months earlier, on June 12th of 1963. Voters' registration was in full swing as well. African Americans in Mississippi faced daunting challenges in their effort to attain their constitutional right to vote.
Well, all I know is they was trying to tell us, just kind of keep from voting. They want to know how many bubbles in a bar of soap and trying to tell us, want us to see how much education we had to keep from voting. Anything they could do to keep us from disqualify us.
And at that time, we had people like Jesse Jackson, Stokely Carmichael, H. Ralph Brown, Charles Evers. They all came down, and we met at the NAACP hall. Took people to register to vote, had meetings and everything.
And let us not forget September 15th of 1963, when four black girls were killed when a bomb went off during Sunday services at the 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham, or should we say Birmingham, Alabama, in the deadliest act of the Civil Rights era. But despite the hardships, check out these eye-catching tiger sweethearts. And what about these cheerleaders? And the rest of the parade? Totally awesome. Beauty and style was of the essence, and Delores West undeniably had the beauty and style. And speaking of beauty and style, here's some food for thought. How awesome it would be if Hazlehurst could bring back some of the homecoming queens of the past, from Parrish High and Hazlehurst, to be grand marshals in next year's homecoming parade. Each queen on her own float, representing her year. Breathtaking. What a magnificent sight that would be. I'm Steve Collins, and thank you for watching this special edition of a Copiah County, Hazlehurst, Mississippi Black History Moment.